Hi, everyone. We are going to discuss Chapter 2, Personality and Leadership. Key concepts for today. Describe the roles of personality and values in determining work behaviors. Explain the process of perception and how it affects work behaviors. Identify the major work attitudes that affect work behaviors. Define the concept of person-organization fit and how that affects work behaviors. List the key set of behaviors that matter for organizational performance, and demonstrate positive attitude skills. What is personality? Relatively stable feelings, thoughts, and behavioral patterns, unique to each individual, influencing actions and reactions in various situations. It's crucial for effective leadership and job placement. Does personality change? Personality evolves over time due to life experiences and major events. Examples: from ages 20 to 40, there's an increase in social dominance, conscientiousness, and emotional stability. There's also a decline in openness to new experiences as we age. Childhood personality can influence career success and job satisfaction later in life. Personality and behavior at work. Personality influences workplace behavior, but its impact is moderated by job roles and expectations. In jobs with greater autonomy, personality plays a stronger role in shaping behavior. Leaders should consider personality in job design and enrichment to maximize employee performance. Understanding personality helps leaders place employees effectively and design roles that align with individual traits, fostering better outcomes for both employees and organizations. Let's review the POLC framework we talked about in our last chapter. Planning, organizing, leading, controlling framework is shown here in Table 2.11. Employees' personalities, attitudes, and work behaviors affect how managers approach each POLC dimension. It is important for leaders to understand the individual characteristics that matter for employee and manager behavior. Example 1 for planning. A manager develops a strategic plan to increase market share by 10% over the next year. This includes setting specific objectives, allocating resources, and creating timelines. Example 2. A team leader creates a schedule and resource plan to ensure a product launch occurs on time, accounting for potential risks and challenges. And example 3. An HR leader designs a plan for improving employee engagement, including conducting surveys, setting goals for engagement scores, and creating follow-up initiatives. For organizing, an example is a project manager assigning specific roles to team members, establishing deadlines, and organizing resources needed to complete a marketing campaign. Example 2 would be a hospital administrator restructuring staff schedules to optimize patient care and reduce overtime costs. And example 3, a school principal organizes committees to handle curriculum development, teacher training, and community outreach. For leading, the first example is a department head motivating their team by clearly communicating the vision for a new project, addressing concerns, and recognizing individual contributions. Example 2, a retail store manager holding daily meetings to inspire staff, set sales goals, and provide feedback on customer service. And example 3, a CEO introduces a mentorship program to encourage professional development and align employees with the organization's values. For controlling, an example would be a financial manager who regularly reviews budgets and expenses to ensure the company stays within financial targets and makes adjustments if necessary. Example 2, a quality control manager monitors product testing data to ensure all items meet safety standards, taking corrective action when defects are found. And example 3, a sales manager uses performance metrics to track team progress against monthly sales goals and provides coaching to underperforming team members. These examples demonstrate how the POLC framework applies across various leadership and management scenarios. This is an example from the text from SAS. They are a leader in employee management and business success. Overview of SAS. This is the world's largest privately held software company. It's trusted by 92% of Fortune Global 500's top 100 companies for business intelligence and analytics. It operates in over 100 countries with 10,000 or more employees worldwide. It has $2.31 billion in revenue in 2009. This was 33 consecutive years of growth. They reinvested 23% of that revenue into research and development. They were ranked number 1 on Fortune's best companies to work for in 2010. Employee management success. The turnover rate is less than 4% and the industry average is 20%, so they're much less than the industry average. Employees thrive on challenging products and cutting-edge technology. There's a focus on eliminating productivity barriers, so unnecessary meetings, policies, and there's a motto: if you're working for more than 8 hours, you are just adding bugs. There's perks and culture there, like free on-site healthcare and childcare for employees and dependents, unlimited sick leave. There's athletic fields, a gym, a swimming pool, and sports courts, and they encourage work-life balance with reasonable hours and family time. The CEO, Jim Goodnight, this is a key quote from him. For 2010, I make the same promise that I did last year. SAS will have no layoffs. Maintaining this position throughout the downturn puts us in the best position to meet the expected market upturn. And a takeaway from this is that SAS sets a gold standard in leveraging employee satisfaction and loyalty for sustained business success. So what are some personality traits? We're going to focus on the big 5. So these are, first, conscientiousness. This is organized, being dependable, detail-oriented, and goal-focused. And the leadership impact. It leads to effective task-oriented leadership. Conscientious leaders excel at planning, execution, and achieving objectives. There's high reliability, which makes them trusted leaders for delivering results. The second trait is extroversion. This is being outgoing, energetic, and sociable. The leadership impact for extroversion is that it supports charismatic leadership and effective communication. Extroverted leaders excel at motivating and inspiring teams. They thrive in social situations, making them natural leaders in group settings. Agreeableness. This is being cooperative, empathetic, and kind. The leadership impact is that it leads to relationship-oriented leadership. Agreeable leaders foster trust, harmony, and collaboration within teams. It's effective in conflict resolution and creative support work environments. Neuroticism, or low emotional stability. This is when you're prone to stress, anxiety, and emotional instability. The leadership impact is that high neuroticism can hinder leadership due to poor stress management. Leaders with low neuroticism, or high emotional stability, demonstrate resilience, calm under pressure, and effective crisis management. And lastly, openness to experience. So this is being creative, curious, and open to new ideas. The leadership impact is that it encourages innovative and transformational leadership. Leaders high in openness excel at driving change, encouraging experimentation, and adapting to new challenges. It's ideal for fostering creativity and innovation in organizations. Leaders benefit from a mix of personality traits. For example, a leader high in conscientiousness and extroversion may excel in execution and communication. And a leader high in openness can drive innovation, while agreeableness supports team cohesion. Leaders low in neuroticism handle challenges with composure and confidence. Other personality dimensions. Self-monitoring. This highlights how self-monitors adapt effectively but may avoid difficult feedback conversations. Proactive personality. They discuss their value in solving problems and creating change, but emphasize the importance of aligning with company culture to avoid being counterproductive. Self-esteem. Know how high self-esteem correlates with performance and satisfaction, but low self-esteem employees require encouragement and balanced feedback. Self-efficacy. This is stressed that increasing self-efficacy through training, empowerment, and verbal encouragement improves employee performance and persistence. So some examples. Self-efficacy. A manager empowers employees by assigning tasks that build their confidence. Self-monitoring. Leaders might adapt their behavior in a formal meeting versus a casual team brainstorming session. Key point: personality tests are widely used, but their effectiveness and limitations must be acknowledged. So for once, sometimes people fake answers and aspirational responses during their personality test. This has to do with self-monitoring traits. Those who fake well may still perform effectively in jobs requiring adaptability. While personality can predict job satisfaction, cognitive ability is a stronger predictor of job performance. And some legal concerns that can come up, for example, is when Rent-A-Center violated the ADA by using clinical personality tests unsuited for the employment selection. So best practices, emphasize using personality tests as part of a broader selection process. So if you're a leader, you want to make sure that you are using the personality test to kind of dwindle down into a smaller group, but make sure that you're ensuring compliance with anti-discrimination laws. Values and their impact on work behavior. Values are central to how people behave at work, make decisions, and even choose jobs. Individuals are more likely to accept or stay in jobs that align with their personal values. For instance, someone valuing stimulation may thrive in fast-paced or high-risk roles, for example, a firefighter or an emergency responder. Individuals valuing achievement often pursue entrepreneurial or leadership positions. Those valuing benevolence or universalism may be drawn to nonprofit or caregiving roles. Managers can align tasks, job roles, and organizational missions to employee values to improve satisfaction and retention. As you can see, there's a rock climber here, and this just illustrates how individuals driven by stimulation values may seek excitement and challenge in their work and life. Perception and its impact on leadership. We selectively focus on information based on values, needs, fears, and emotions. Perception is not always rational and can be subjective or inaccurate. An example of this is a sports fan notices team news immediately, while others may ignore it. People with fears may misinterpret stimuli, for example, a spider appearing to move toward them. Why does this matter? Perceptual biases affect how we interpret and respond to our environment and others. Understanding perception helps leaders and individuals recognize potential biases. Perception bridges the gap between personalities and values and situational behavior. For selective attention, another example of this is a parent noticing advice on toddler feeding in a crowded web page, or a person under financial stress immediately seeing financial news. Perception is not always accurate. For example, fear of spiders causing someone to believe a spider is moving toward them is an example of their perception. Recognizing perceptual biases can improve decision-making, reduce misjudgments, and enhance understanding of others in organizational settings. Visual perception and biases. Perception is subject and prone to errors, which impacts decision-making and leadership. If you see here, this is the white triangle illusion. People perceive a triangle that isn't actually there due to extrapolation. For selective attention, managers might focus on limited details, missing critical information. The organizational impact. First impressions. These persist even when initial perceptions are proven wrong. Stereotypes. Biases can lead to self-fulfilling prophecies and unfair judgments. So a takeaway from this as a leader or a manager is there's a need to critically assess perceptions that you have, seek diverse perspectives, and avoid jumping to conclusions. Work attitudes. What are work attitudes? Opinions, beliefs, and feelings about aspects of the work environment. They influence how we behave at work. There are two key work attitudes. The first, job satisfaction. This is feelings people have toward their job, strongly related to performance, absenteeism, and turnover. In an example, a Gallup survey done showed that 90% of employees report being somewhat satisfied. Organizational commitment. This is an emotional attachment to the company and its values. Committed employees refer to their company as we rather than they. Why track work attitudes? They provide clues about performance, retention, and engagement. Factors influencing work attitudes. There's a variety of influences on job satisfaction, including job characteristics, fair treatment, relationships, and stress. For example, the Hotel Carlton case, where simple actions, for example, replacing vacuum cleaners, improved morale. There are both negative stress, like role ambiguity, and challenge stressors, like responsibility, that can improve satisfaction. By tracking attitudes, the value of an attitude survey and exit interviews help in identifying organizational issues. So you know, follow-up action is critical for maintaining credibility. So if somebody leaves a job, holding an exit interview might help you. Person job fit and person organization fit. People bring their traits to work, but situations matters too. An organization's demand and culture influences behavior. Interactivist perspective. There's a shy student, for example, that might speak up if the situation, such as grades, comfort, or interests, motivates them. Reinforcing that behavior is not purely trait-driven. It depends on the environment. There are two types of fit: person-job fit. This is matching skills to the role's demand. And person-organization fit. This is how cultural alignment influences satisfaction and commitment. For example, a creative, risk-taking person thrives in a tech company but struggles in a rigid environment like a nuclear plant. Why fit matters. Employees who feel they fit their role and organization are happier, more committed, and stay longer. While fit can improve job performance, it is not guaranteed. Studies show mixed results. After hiring, some solutions are that managers can adjust job roles or develop employees to improve fit over time. Building trust-based relationships is important. They can compensate a lack of initial fit. Key work behaviors. Understanding these 4 behaviors helps leaders promote desirable outcomes and reduce undesirable ones. Job performance. It's important in promotions, pay raises, and career advancement. Some examples of tracking methods include sales numbers and customer feedback. Organizational citizenship. These are voluntary behaviors driven by motivation and strong relationships. An example of this would be helping a new employee adjust. Absenteeism and turnover. These can disrupt productivity with stress and dissatisfaction becoming common causes. The cost of absenteeism is high and turnover for companies are high in this situation. Factors influencing work behaviors. Each behavior is influenced by personality, attitude, stress, and organizational support. For job performance, these are high general mental abilities in complex roles like engineers. Organizational citizenship. An example of this is fair treatment will motivate employees to go above and beyond. Absenteeism. Stress or work-life conflicts causing unscheduled absences. For example, flexible schedules can help. And turnover. As we mentioned, SAS Institute's employee satisfaction initiatives reduce turnover to 4%. Understanding influences to promote job performance and citizenship behaviors while reducing absenteeism and turnover will help you in any leadership position. Emotional intelligence, or EQ, is the ability to monitor one's own and others' feelings, discriminate among them, and use their information to guide thinking and actions. Why does EQ matter? EQ is a better predictor of job performance and success than IQ. Some statistics. 90% of high performers at work have high EQ. For every 1 point increase in EQ, salary increases by $1,300 per year. EQ is a social intelligence that drives personal and professional success. EQ is 58% of job success and why high performers have high EQ. Make sure you watch the video from Daniel Goleman, a leading researcher, about the importance of EQ. Key skills in leadership for emotional intelligence. Self-awareness, understanding personal strengths and weaknesses. Empathy, connecting with others' emotions and perspectives. Self-regulation, managing emotions effectively in stressful situations. Social skills, building strong relationships and fostering teamwork. An example of this can be seen with Satya Nadella at Microsoft, which is mentioned in the text. Empathy-driven leadership encourages an inclusive and innovative culture by prioritizing and understanding and listening. Innovation and change. Under his leadership, Microsoft shifted focus to cloud computing and collaboration tools. The result was improved employee morale and performance, and they reinvented Microsoft as a global leader in technology and innovation. For self-awareness, understanding your emotions and their impact on behavior can be very helpful. One way to do this is journaling emotions or identifying emotional triggers. For self-management, managing emotions effectively, staying calm under pressure, and taking initiative, one way to do this is to use the stoplight approach. Stop, think, then act. So for example, May managing stress calmly to motivate her team. Social awareness is understanding others' emotions through body language, listening, and empathy. So a strategy for this is to observe nonverbal cues and practice active listening. Relationship management. This uses the first 3 components to build trust, resolve conflicts, and foster strong relationships. One strategy to do this is to show empathy, be open to feedback, and actively listen. Please watch the video on Brené Brown on empathy, found in the text. For self-awareness, understanding emotions can reduce stress and improve decision-making. For self-management, the importance of self-talk and emotional control can be very helpful. And again, using a tool like the stoplight method, red equals stop, yellow equals think, and green equals act. Stop, think, and then act. For social awareness, it is important to observe body language and practice listening skills to understand others. And for relationship management, leaders who listen and show empathy create stronger teams. Strategies to develop emotional intelligence. EQ is learnable, and it develops over time through intentional practice. To improve yourself, share practical strategies like journaling, deep breathing, and active listening, and that can help you improve with your team as well. In the final video in the text, Lars Sudman highlights how great leadership begins with self-leadership, aligning perfectly with emotional intelligence. Some key takeaways on EQ. EQ is different from IQ. EQ can improve with practice. IQ is relatively stable. The 4 components: self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, and relationship management. And EQ predicts career success, strong relationships, and effective leadership. Developing EQ improves personal and professional life. It is so important for emotional intelligence for career success and relationships. EQ is teachable and essential for leaders in a fast-paced, diverse world. Use your own strategies discussed to build your own EQ over time. Now, strategies for greater happiness and effectiveness at work. Have you ever wondered how greater happiness at work could improve your overall effectiveness? Let's explore practical strategies to achieve this. First, leverage your big 5 traits. Your personality plays a big role in happiness. If you're high on traits like conscientiousness or extroversion, express these strengths. If you struggle with neuroticism, feeling overly negative, challenge yourself to focus on positives. Finding a good fit. Fit matters. Know what you want from your career and job. Research the company culture before accepting a role. Talk to people who work there. Build relationships. Relationships at work matter. Friends and mentors can help you navigate challenges and build resilience. Seek someone you admire to learn from. Job characteristics versus pay. A high-paying job might seem appealing, but engaging in challenging work contributes far more to satisfaction and long-term happiness. And make sure you're proactive with stress. Manage stress through effective time management, seeking support, and addressing stressors early. If you're unsure about your role, ask for clarity. Also, know when to move on. Sometimes a job isn't a good fit, and that's okay. If there's little hope for improvement, it may be time to consider other opportunities. Think of the most negative coworker you know. How can you apply these strategies to maintain positivity while working with them? Developing leadership skills. This is essential for success. Let's look at methods that individuals and organizations use to grow leadership abilities. For self-awareness, great leaders start with self-awareness, knowing their own emotions, values, and capabilities. Another method is formal training. This includes courses, workshops, and programs focused on leadership knowledge. Hands-on experience. This method lets leaders grow through practical experience, assignments that push them out of their comfort zone. 360-degree feedback. This approach provides well-rounded feedback to identify strengths and areas for growth. Coaching and mentoring. Structured coaching and informal mentoring are crucial for individualized growth. Self-directed learning. Great leaders take the initiative to learn on their own by identifying skills and resources.